Okay. Hi. So I wanted to be a little bit vulnerable and discuss my debt. I have a lot of debt due to college, and that is primarily on me deciding that I'm going to go to a 4-year university, but not be prepared for that 4-year university. So ended up taking me 7 years or 6.5 years to finally get my bachelor's degree. And because of that, I have quite a bit of debt. Most of it is private. Any of the SMs are Sally Mae. But I wanted to I wanted to really dive into what my debt is and keep track of when I'm able to pay them off. So I am very thankful that the only debt that I have is student loans. I don't have any credit card debt. I did have a medical credit card that I used to use, but I no longer do. I paid it off. I have not needed to use it. I do have it in case of emergencies, but there's nothing being added to the debt, so I'm done paying that one off. So I'm not going to include it into this breakdown. But I just wanted to come on here and walk through what my current debt is, the interest rate, my minimum payment, and then if I finish it, or when I finish it, not if, when I finish it, I will write the date of when I finished it. So today, all we're going to be doing is looking at the current balance. Today is July 23rd. Um, July 23rd, and we are going to be looking at what it is currently. I don't have another payment scheduled until the 3rd of August. So let's crack down. Let's look at this. Let's see what exactly we owe. And I have them already kind of in order of the smallest to the largest for my Sally Mae, just because I am doing the snowball method with these. However, with my Aidvantage, I have 7 loans with them. They are currently on a zero interest, zero payment, or payments are $0, interest is 0%. So I'm not focusing on this for now. This is my low priority. It's a lot, but because I am teaching in a Title I school, I am getting some financial support if I make consistent payments over 120 consecutive payments, and the $0 payments count towards that total. So I have 7 years left to work on that. So I will be continuing to pay the minimum on these. I need to pay down my Sally Mae. Sally Mae is where most of my debt is. So we're going to be focusing on that. And this video is just going to be us going through what debt I have. We'll calculate my total debt. And then as we go through our savings challenges and paycheck breakdown and things like that, we'll go through and see oh, how much have we paid? We'll go debt to debt, work our way down the list. So without further ado, we're going to work on our current balance. I think I'll go ahead and go across for each one just so I don't get lost. I do have some of them written down because the numbers were a little bit weird online and they weren't showing me exactly what I needed or what I currently had. So that's perfectly okay. So with Sally Mae number 1, we have, we have 4,603 and 5 cents with a 13% interest rate and a minimum payment. The minimum payment is $86.27, but I have been snowballing. I've already paid off 2 of my Sally Mae loans, so I am snowballing. So my minimum payment for myself is $239. Again, the actual minimum payment is $86.27. This is all going towards paying it down. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So once I finish Sally Mae 1, all of this will be added to my minimum payment for Sallie Mae too. Hope that makes sense. And I'm really focusing on my Sallie Mae because the interest rates for all of them are absolutely atrocious. I definitely did not read the fine print whenever I was filling out all these forms. So it's a bit wonky, but it's okay. So my second Sallie Mae is at $10,179.33 with a 14.125% interest rate with a minimum payment of $165.09. So, yeah, that's the next smallest one. So be prepared. 4 and 5 are a little hefty. I was looking at it and I was a little bit saddened because of it. So, our third Sallie Mae, very similar. It is $10,181.52 for 11% interest with a minimum payment of $126.64. These were all of my Sallie Mae loans were from when I was in a big university. Once I went to an online school, I was able to get grants to pay off, and it was much less expensive. So all of my Sallie Mae loans was from a university that I went to for 3.5 years, that I did not do so well in, which is why I have so much debt, because it would be much lower if, for one, I was smarter with my finances, and 2, if I went to class. So I am reaping what I'm sowing, which is fine. I am getting back on track, and we're going to be tackling this, one debt at a time. So this is where our hefty ones are. So our fourth Sallie Mae loan is $20,867.89 with a 13.125% interest with a minimum payment of $326.10. With our last Sallie Mae loan, we have $21,557.42 with a 14.125% interest with a minimum payment of $349.63. Now, again, I am currently only paying these loans right now. Every month, this amount of money comes out of my check, or not check, but out of my bank account, along with any additional payments that I make. But this is the minimum that comes out whenever I am getting charged. So now we're going to be looking at our Aidvantage. This is our fast for money. Some of this is what I was able to get with a lower interest rate at the time, but I didn't qualify for very much because my parents made too much money, even though they were helping out my brother with his college. So he got a lot of the financial aid for like Parent Plus and things like that. I did not qualify for those. So this is hefty too, but again, because I am teaching in a public school in Texas, I can get these, or at least majority of them, forgiven after 10 years of consecutive payments, while also being a certified teacher. So I am entering year 4 of teaching, so I have a ways to go, but if I can knock these down, I can probably start paying these off, because with the way things are right now, I don't know if that loan forgiveness will still be there. So I am preparing for anything, but these 7 are not my priority right now. So let's go through, look at the cost, or the current balance. I will say that the current interest rate for all of them is 0, and the current minimum payment for all of them is 0. So we'll fill that out as we go. And this is in no particular order. This is what the actual names are. That's why we skip number 7 and go straight to 8. Number 7 was like $43. So I just paid it off after I really started diving into my finances. So yeah, let's go. I'm sorry I'm rambling, but that's big. It's a lot. So we have $6,753.83 with a 0% interest and zero monthly payment, zero minimum payment. We have $7,561.39. Again, 0%, $0. I am keeping an eye on this because I know things might change. They were put on deferment. They were like halted for a minute, but again, political climate, I'm not sure how that's going to change. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. But as of what it's showing for August, this is what I am getting is 0. So we have $7,138.20. 0 and 0. Number 4 has $4,092.47. Okay, we have 5,750 and 80 cents. Okay, we have $4,706.09. And we have $5,085.17. So this is all of my debt. I have a lot. We are going to add up what this is with the calculator, and then we are going to talk about how I'm going to be tackling this. So let's get this added up, and then we'll get to discussing. Okay, sorry, I was just making sure that we were still recording. So we have 4,603.05, 10,179.33 plus 10,181.52, 20,867.89, 21,557.42. So just in Sallie Mae, I have $67,389.21, which is a lot. Again, that's our main focus is the 67. So adding on our Aidvantage, so we have plus 6,753.83 plus 7,561.39, 7138.20, 4092.47, 5750.80, 4706.09, and 5085.17. So I currently have a total of a lot, $108,477.16 that I owe. And again, about 67,000 of that is just Sallie Mae and is our main focus. So we are going to be doing a few things to make sure that this gets paid faster. So again, we're doing the snowball method. So anytime that a loan is paid off, I take that minimum payment and add it to the next smallest balance. And if you've seen my mini Mondays, I do have a debt envelope that I stuff money in, and like every $500 I will put in the bank. But now that I am rethinking things, I may just take whatever I've saved each month and put that extra payment on top of my minimum for each loan. I found a spreadsheet online that I am going to be printing out, like a template on Canva that I have like updated, or not updated, made customized. That's the word, customized, and kind of putting my own flair on it, getting a visual aid as well as um, a breakdown of how much I've paid, what's working, what's not working. There's a lot of things that it could be. So again, I have my mini Mondays. I have my bigger savings challenges that I do with my paycheck. Y'all have not seen that yet. That will be after this. And then any like extra money that I have left over, there may be months that I focus more on debt, especially if I'm like close to finishing. Um, then it will kind of work towards that. So, with that being said, I hope this made sense. I hope this shows you that you are not alone in this whole debt world. Um, I am very glad that I don't have a lot of extra debt. So I'm very fortunate that I'm able to live at home. I do pay rent, but it is like minuscule compared to what I'd be paying if I was off on my own. So I am really thankful for my parents for allowing me to live at home while I work on knocking this down. So that way I'm not struggling to find something to eat every day. So I am very fortunate, and I know that I am very fortunate that I was able, for one, to even get my degree, and for two, to have somewhere to live that is not making me struggle more, if that makes sense. So I will see y'all soon. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon. If you have any ideas of things that I can do to pay this off, I have looked into refinancing. It's just not something that I can feasibly do at this moment. From what I've looked into, it's just I'm gonna try and knock this down a little bit before I go back to exploring other things. So if you have any of ideas, like side gigs that you found really worked, things like that, any extra money that I make on top of my paycheck, a lot of that goes towards extra debt. So like you'll see in my pay breakdown that I worked summer school, so I got a big chunk of change for working the month of June. So that's all going, not all of it, that's most of it's going to debt, as well as other sinking funds. So I have, like medical, I have like Christmas, things like that, that I don't want to put on the back burner just because of the debt. I still want to be able to save for that. So anytime that I sub during my conference period, anytime that I work an athletic game, whether that's keeping the books or doing the scoreboard, and any stipends that I receive throughout the year, because I teach yearbook as well, and a core class. I get stipends for both of those, which help. And I am trying to use what I can and work however much I can to get this paid off without feeling like I'm not doing anything fun. Like I still want to have fun. I don't want to feel like I am forcing myself to work and get burnt out. I don't want to risk burning out and then like stopping the cash savings, because I have found that like as I've been cash stuffing, yes, it is a learning curve for me because I didn't do it a whole bunch. I would do like sporadic savings, but now that I am really focusing on it, I have found that I am more mindful with what I am buying and how I'm using my money and how I'm allocating my money to certain things, like priorities and things like that. So This community has helped a lot, and I am very thankful for everyone who has, has watched, has put out their own debt breakdown to show that they're like, we're not alone. We're not doing this on our own. We have other people who are going through very similar things. And I hope that I can be that for somebody. I am starting from scratch. I'm a beginner. This is not something that I have done, and we're going to work through this together. Um, yeah, I am excited to see this done. So I will catch up with y'all again very soon. I look forward to hearing from y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.